like to see more trade unionists getting together over the weeks and months to come in our city centre, because this is our city. This city could not function without us, without members of trade unions and other workers, or even those who haven't found trade unions yet. This city, we are essential to this city, to the economy of this city and to the life of this city. And it is very hard to think of any group of workers who are more essential than members of the Fire Brigades Union. You provide an absolutely essential service to us all. You're in the middle of a very long dispute here. You've been out over the winter, you've been out at New Year, and I've been out on strike lots of times myself, and I know what it can be like. Sometimes you can get demoralised, you can feel like you're not getting anywhere. Sometimes when you're stood on your own picket line, you can feel like you're on your own. And maybe that was true for part of your dispute. For part of your dispute, you were the only ones who seemed to be fighting. But I think that is all changing. And what I want to say to you today is that I think the public are behind you. I don't think that's made obvious in the media, but I think it is the case. And I want to say to you clearly that the whole of the trade union movement is behind you, and more of us are going to be joining you out on strike very soon. I'm sure you talk to people who don't understand your jobs. They don't understand the pressures you're under. You will still be talking to people who think, well, it's all right, when you get to a certain age, you'll be given a nice backroom job and everything will be all right. That public perception is something we all have to still work to overcome. But our starting point with that is a very basic, fundamental, instinctive understanding of what you do. Everybody has either had need to call the fire brigade, or they've gone home, they've picked up a newspaper, they've switched on the TV, and they've thought themselves lucky that they have never been in the position where they have had to. That is what we can build on in terms of getting public support for your dispute. As far as the union movement is concerned, there have been strikes. Other strikes happening in Manchester this year. There have been strikes at the university among admin workers and lecturers. The University and College Union got a 2% pay rise. Now that doesn't sound like very much until you look at it in the context that most of us, it's 100% more than most of us thought any of us would get at this time. That is the point we have to now build from on public sector pay. As Angela said, Unison are going to be balloting, Unite are going to be balloting, PCS, my trade union of civil servants, is going to be balloting, and it looks like we're all going to be out on strike on the 10th of July. And on the 10th of July, I hope we all come into the city centre again. Into the city centre again to make the point that this is our city. This city can't run without us. This is our Manchester. We all need to come here on the 10th of July and say that. Folks, I want to say to you, you lot have inspired the rest of us. Other trade unionists know what's been going on here. You might not have got all the media coverage you want. You might have felt like people don't know, but other trade unionists know. And we've taken inspiration from what you're doing. We all have our disputes with our own employers. It's all about slightly different things. But what it is fundamentally about is our rights as workers in Britain in 2014. It is not unreasonable for us to want enough pay to live on, to be able to have a full-time job where we don't have to claim social security benefits, to have terms and conditions that are reasonable in the 21st century, and to be able to look forward to a retirement where we have enough money to live on and we have enough years left to enjoy. These are fundamental human rights, and if anyone thinks they're not, we need to send the message to them that they should be. Thanks very much for your time. I hope you win today. I hope you get your employer back round the table. If you don't, I hope we're all back out here on the 10th of July, still fighting for what is right. Thanks very much.